about the general ledger accounting changes, right? We spoke about the ledger settings, currency settings, and all. So let's talk about the AP and AR. What are the changes in accounts payables and accounts receivables? Okay, at the broader level, there are, in short, no changes in AP and AR. Okay, so the transactions that you were using to create the invoices, to make the payments, automatic payment, manual payment, everything is same. Only there are two things which we need to understand from the accounts payables and accounts receivables perspective. Number one is master data. Okay, so the way in which we were creating the customers and vendors in SAP ECC is not same in S4HANA. In SAP S4HANA, these customers and vendors need to be created as business partners. Okay, so this is the first thing that we need to see. And second thing that we need to see is how to configure the bank master data or configuration data, both. Okay, so the way in which the house banks are created, the way in which the bank accounts are created, again there is a change there. Okay, so these are the only two topics that we need to discuss, which are considered as delta when it comes to accounts receivables and accounts payables. Okay, so let's start from here. So if you want to do any transaction in AR and AP, the first thing that we normally do is create a customer or vendor. So let's first talk about AP and then we'll talk about AR. So in AP, we need to create a vendor, and normally we were using this transactions like XK01, which is to create a vendor centrally, which means at company code as well as purchasing org level. Or we can use transaction MK01, which was used to create a vendor at a purchasing organization level. And if we want to create this vendor at company code level, we were using this transaction FK01. Now, any transaction you should try, FK01, MK01, or XK01, that will not work. And you will get this message that system is automatically redirecting to transaction BP as transaction FK01 or XK01 or MK01 is obsolete. Okay, so all these three old transactions, they are not going to work in SAP S4HANA because in SAP S4HANA, any vendor, if you want to create, you have to create it as a business partner. And system is automatically redirecting to transaction BP. And you can see this create business partner screen has been popped up. And it is asking you what you want to create. You want to create this business partner as what? As a person, as an organization, or as a group. Okay, so normally, wherever we are creating a customer and vendor, we always select organization. So just remember, whenever we are creating the business partner for customer or vendor, we are only going to click on this organization. But let me also explain you what are these other options. Although we are not going to use them, but what exactly are those? So organizations are like the name itself is saying organizations. So companies, so your normal customers, vendors, they are private limited companies or public limited companies or something like that. Persons are the individuals. So for example, your employee is also your business partner. Your bank representative is also your business partner. Your salesperson is also your business partner, but they are individuals. Okay, so first of all, what is a business partner? See, business partner, as the name itself says, it is a person or organization or a group which has anything to do with your business. Okay, so if you know the stakeholders, normally there is a terminology stakeholders. If you had done maybe MBA or if you've gone through any of the management lessons, a company is surrounded by the stakeholders. Okay, the stakeholders can be shareholders, they can be customers, they can be vendors, they can be employees, they can be government authorities, they can be banks. Okay, so anything and everything which is around the company code which you are working in, those are all called as business partners. So in SAP, now whatever person, organization, or group you are creating, you have to create them as business partner. Okay, so earlier in SAP ECC, can you tell me in SAP ECC, is there any term called as business partner or not? Is there any term called as business partner in SAP ECC? Or this is completely new thing?
Yeah, we have.
We have a business partner, Akash.
Yes.
What do you think? Is this something new? Akash, Mahesh?
I think it is new in SAP S/4HANA.
Okay. What about Mahesh? Mahesh, what do you think? Is this
I
some?
I think it is not new for me because I have in FSM business partner scenarios is there.
Okay. Yes. So business partner is not a new concept in SAP S/4HANA. Only the new thing is that earlier we were not creating the business partners for customers and vendors. At least it was not mandatory. Although in ECC also it was possible to create a customer and vendor as a business partner, but that was only required if you are using some advanced modules like FSCM, CRM, SRM, then only you were creating the customers and vendors as business partners. But if you are just using the core modules of SAP like FI, CO, MM, SD, PP, so normally we were not touching this business partner at all. Okay, but just to answer the question, business partner is not a new terminology. Only the new thing in SAP S/4HANA is business partner creation was optional. It was not mandatory to create customers and vendors as BPs in ECC, but in S/4HANA, without creating the business partners, we cannot create any customers or vendors. Okay, just give me a minute. Sorry. Yes. So I was telling you that business partner creation was not mandatory for customers and vendors in ECC, but in SAP S/4HANA, creation of customers and vendors as BP is mandatory. Okay, now this is about mandatory or not, but what is the benefit? Why SAP is unnecessarily asking us to create a business partner when we were already happy with customers and vendors? The reason is, if you remember on day one, I told you SAP is trying to bring the features of CRM, SRM, and many other advanced modules directly in the core component. So till now, CRM, SRM, they were different components altogether, right? And that is the reason they had their own master data, which can be directly created in that systems. But now when you are combining the functionalities of CRM, SRM, everything into one common system, definitely you need to have a common master data. And that is the reason business partner has been made as mandatory in S/4HANA, starting from the first version itself. It starts from 15.11 itself. Okay, so here, as I told you, you have to select the organization, just click on continue, and it will take you to the transaction BP. Okay, so if you come from FK01, XK01, MK01, system will automatically redirect you to transaction BP. But if you want to come directly on BP, you can just write transaction BP. It will again take you to the same screen. Only difference is when you directly come to BP, system still doesn't know whether you want to create a person, organization, or a group. Okay, because when we used XK01, system asked us whether you want to create a person, organization, or a group. So if you want to create an organization, you have to click on this organization. Okay, now these two screens are similar, but again, there is one small change. Here you can see this role, create in BP role, is FLVN00, which means supplier for financial accounting. Okay, so this is coming automatically. We are not specified this, right? How it is coming? It is coming because we use transaction FK01 and system already knows since we are coming from FK01, we want to create a vendor. Okay. While if you directly go to transaction BP, system doesn't knows what you want to create. Okay, and that is the reason you have to specify here that you are creating this business partner as a vendor. So you have to select it from the list of the business partner roles which are available. Now, what are business partner roles? So as I told you, any party which has anything to do with your business, it can be your employee, it can be your salesperson, it can be your customer, vendor, shareholder, bank representative. So there are different kind of business partners you have. So how will the system know that you want to create this as a customer or vendor or employee? You have to specify here what role that business partner will play in your organization. Okay, so you are telling the system that I am creating this business partner and the role of this business partner would be treated as a vendor. Now again, when we create a vendor in SAP ECC, when we create the vendor in SAP ECC, can you tell me how many segments are there in the vendor master? Segments in vendor master? Very common question. If you are certified, SAP ECC certified, how many segments are there in the vendor master?
Yeah, it will be general data segment, then company code segment,
Company code segment.
and then if we are using the XD01, then it will come sales area, purchase organization data. Sorry, sales area. It's a vendor. Okay, yes, purchase org data.
Yes. So any vendor when we create in SAP ECC, if we want to, whenever we want to create a vendor, first of all, the general data will be created, where you will store the information like the name of the vendor, the address information, telephone number, email ID, language in which you want to communicate. So basic information, which is valid for all company codes and all purchase organizations. Okay, and then if you want to create any invoice, if you want to make any payment, whatever financial related transactions, if you want to do for this vendor, you have to extend that vendor to the company code data. Right? So you have to specify, you have to extend that vendor, that this vendor is valid for this company code. Okay, where you specify the data like what would be the payment term, what would be the reconciliation account. Okay, so those things you specify in the company code data. And if you want to create a purchase order for this vendor, or if you want to perform any kind of related transactions with this vendor, you have to extend that vendor to the purchasing organization data. Okay, now the same thing in SAP S/4HANA, there are different roles which are provided by SAP. Okay, so the general data will be maintained in, as I told you, there are different roles. When you're creating this business partner, there are this much number of different roles. So the general data like name and all will be stored in this role, 6 times 0. So this will be the role that would be used to store the general data of business partner. For company code data, there is another role, FLVN00. And for purchasing organization data, you have this role FLVN01. Okay, so if you can go now here and if you try to save this vendor. Okay, so let's say I want to create this vendor under this role FLVN00, which means for the purchase accounting. If I show you this one, there is another one, FLVN01, which is only supplier. This is for purchasing organization. Okay, so you have to specify the role. Whenever you are creating any business partner, you have to specify the role, that what role this business partner will play in your organization. Okay, and another important thing that you need to provide, one is obviously the role. The second thing is you need to provide the grouping, BP grouping. So normally in SAP ECC, whenever we were creating a vendor, we were providing the vendor account group, right? Based on the vendor account group, system was determining the vendor number. Similarly, since we are creating the business partner and we want this business partner number to be generated, okay, either internally or externally, it will be based on the BP groupings. Okay, so there are different groupings available. As of now, I'm just selecting this grouping 0001. Okay, so I just selected grouping 0001 and I want to create this vendor in my company code. So now system is asking me the basic information like name, address, and all information, which is the general data. Let me enter this data. So I'll go with this company. The name that I'll provide is, let's say, test vendor for SF01. Okay, and whatever is the mandatory information, I'm just entering that. So city, postal code, let me enter the postal code as something like this. City, let's say Mumbai, country IN, and language would be English. Okay, so now we specified the general data. Now, since we are creating this vendor in our company code data, I will click on the company code tab. In the company code tab, I have to specify that for which company code I want to create this vendor. So I'm creating this for SF01. Press enter. System will ask you all those informations which it was asking you in while creation of the vendor master, right? So you were providing the reconciliation account, you were providing all this information exactly same. It is asking you, only the difference is it is now asking under the transaction BP. Okay, so if I click on reconciliation, you can see we have still not created any reconciliation account. So what I need to do is I need to first create a reconciliation account. So I'll go to transaction FS00, which is a common transaction that we use. And let's say for vendor liability account, I'll create this as 100. For company code SF01, click on new. Okay, GL account type. Can you tell me accounts payables and account receivables will fall in which GL account type?
Balance sheet.
It will come under balance sheet, right? Balance sheet and account group also, we have this balance sheet account. So let's give the description as accounts payables account. Let's go to the control data. So account currency is INR, okay. And very importantly, we need to specify reconciliation account for account type vendors. Okay, all other things you will find exactly same. Okay, we already discussed about clearing specific to ledger group and all. Let's go to create bank interest tab. And here also we will assign the field status group G067, which we normally assign to all the reconciliation accounts. Okay, so just provide this and click on save. So now our GL account is available. If I go to the vendor master once again and do F4 here, I can see this account. Okay, so other information is not mandatory. I'm not maintaining this as of now. Whenever we will need, we will try to maintain that. So let's click on save. Okay, so we are getting some error. Interval 01 does not exist. Okay, so system is not able to determine the business partner number. Okay, I just press enter. This is the dump is coming because of that error. So let me just first maintain the interval and then try to create once again. So I'm going to SPRO, IMG. I'll explain you all these things, don't worry. So for BP grouping, I will go for cross application components. Then I need to go for SAP business partner. Business partner once again, basic settings and number ranges and groupings. And this is where you have to create the number ranges. So yeah, 01 is missing and that is the reason we are getting the error. So let me just maintain anything here. What should I maintain? Let's say 1 to 100. It should not overlap, obviously. Okay, it is not overlapping. So just click on save. Okay, and let's go to transaction FK01. Once again, it will automatically redirect us to transaction BP. Just click on organization, click on continue, specify the grouping whichever you want. So as of now, I'm specifying this one. Role, as I told you, we are maintaining this for the company code. So FLVN00. Let's provide this information. Okay, all the mandatory information like this country and language. EN. Okay, let's go to company code data. For company code SF01, if you press enter and specify the reconciliation account, and let's try to save. The problem is business partner is already exists, and this is creating the inconsistency. Let me again go to SPRO. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go to table and see which number is available. BUT 000. Don't worry, I'll explain all these tables and all to you. I'm just checking which numbers are available. 1 to 100. So last number which is already taken is 61. So I'm just giving the number from 62 in that case. So cross application components, SAP business partner basic settings, number ranges and groupings, and define the number ranges. Intervals, let's keep it from 62. So let's see. BP, okay, or FK01. So click on new organization, specify this, specify FLVN00, create. Okay, and go to company code data. SF01, enter, reconciliation account, and let's try to save. Okay, so finally this business partner number 63 has been created. Okay, so now the things to see here, business partner number is 63, but see the vendor number. This vendor number which is created is vendor number 131. Okay, so the question is which number are we created a vendor, but before we created a vendor, system has created this business partner. So two numbers are generated, business partner number and the vendor number. The question is when we will do the transactions, whenever we want to book an invoice, whenever we want to make a payment, whenever we want to create a PO, which number are we going to use? Are we going to use this vendor number or are we going to use this business partner number? The answer is we will still continue to use the vendor number. Okay, so we are not worried about what is the business partner number created. We will be only using this vendor number whenever we are doing any kind of transactions. Okay, second question is, we have seen this, like how this business partner number got generated. This got generated based on the BP grouping that we provided. Okay, so if I show you how the 63 number got generated, you can go to this configuration, okay, which is in cross application components. Let me show you from scratch. So in cross application components, we have this SAP business partner. Within SAP business partner, there is business partner, basic settings, number ranges. Okay, and here you can create the groupings and assign the number ranges. So if you click on this, It will show you all the groupings which are created. So you can see this grouping we use 0001, which is assigned to number range 01, and number range 01 has the numbers based on which system has picked the next number, right? This is the first thing. Now the second question is, then what exactly is this number? How this got generated? From which number range? Okay, so whenever we create a vendor in SAP ECC, our vendor number was based on what? Which configuration was deciding the vendor number in ECC?
Number ranges.
Number ranges, but where exactly that number range was?
Vendor account group.
Vendor account group, right?
OBS7.
Yes. So have you provided any vendor account groups currently when we created a vendor? Have you provided any vendor account group? When we created a vendor just now, have you provided the vendor account group? Yes, no? Do you want me to show
No,
it once
Gaurav.
again? We are not provided, right? We are not specified any vendor account group. But if you go to this general data, not here, if you go to this general data and go for vendor general data, see, system has automatically determined the vendor account group. Okay, system has determined the vendor account group, and this vendor account group is assigned to this number range. But the question is, how system determined this? We are not provided this manually, right? So how system came to know that we want to use vendor account group? System came to know this vendor account group based on the BP grouping that we provided. Okay, so whenever you are creating the business partner, whatever BP grouping you specify, okay, I'm not able to show you here, but whatever BP grouping you specified, that is BP grouping is assigned to vendor account group in the configuration. Let me show you. Okay, so there is another configuration. Let me close all these things because the path is little bit bigger. Okay, so it is again in the cross application components. Within the cross application components, there is something called as master data synchronization. Okay, if you go to master data synchronization, you will find customer vendor integration. So within master data synchronization, there is something called as customer vendor integration, which is also called as CVI. So if you are going for the interviews and if the interviewer is asking you, do you know anything about CVI? So you have to explain whatever you have learned today. Okay, so you will go for CVI integration. In CVI, you will again go for business partner settings. There are two separate folders, one for customer, second for vendor. Currently, we are discussing about vendor. So let's go to settings for vendor integration. Go for field assignment, assign keys, and this is a configuration which is direction BP to vendor. Okay, what do you mean by direction BP to vendor? So in SAP S/4HANA, as I told you, you cannot create a vendor before you create a BP. So BP will be always created first. And then based on the BP, system will create a vendor. So it is direction BP to vendor. Just click on this. And in this configuration, you can see BP grouping is assigned to vendor account group. Okay, because we have selected this BP grouping, system has determined this vendor account group. And when we created the vendor, okay, let me again go to the screen, company code data. Now these two numbers are different. Business partner number is 63 and vendor number is 131. But this is a big confusion, right? If you work on the real-time project, customer will be always confused whether I should use the business partner number or I should use the vendor number. And it is recommended from SAP that you keep these two numbers same. So whatever your business partner number, it should be same as your customer number and vendor number. Okay, but how can we achieve that? How can we make sure that whatever is the business partner number is also same for customer and vendor number? We can achieve it by this configuration. We have to tick this indicator, same numbers. If we keep the same numbers, system will always provide the same number of BP to vendors and customers. But again, it is not very straightforward. Okay, we cannot just tick on this and save and it will take, because if you try to save this, it will throw error. Why it will throw error is the number ranges within this account group must be the same, right? So for example, currently you can see our, let me show you the configuration. So if I show you the configuration, let's go back, cancel this, back. So in the configuration for business partner, if you go to the number ranges, we are using numbers 1 to 100 for BP. Okay, so BP number is 1 to 100. And our vendor number, where can I see the vendor number? So I have to go to the old configuration, ECC configuration, which is financial accounting, accounts receivables and payables, vendor accounts, master data. Okay, then preparation, and this is where we assign the number ranges to the vendor account groups. So PR99 is our vendor account group, PR99, which is assigned to number range 07, and number range 07 has the numbers from 101 to 200. Then how can it be same? So this should be also 1 to 100. Whatever number range is available in BP, this should also start at the same number and end at the same number. Then only you can tick on that same number indicator. That is first thing. That is the first prerequisite. Second prerequisite is, because this vendor number will be dependent on business partner number, because business partner number will get created first and vendor number is dependent on that number to pick the same value. In that case, this number cannot be internal, it has to be external. Okay, let me show you. I'll configure the complete end-to-end scenario. Let's take, for example, we want 2 vendor account groups. Okay, number 1 for domestic vendors, and number 2 for foreign vendors. Okay, I'm keeping it simple. You can have n number of vendor account groups if you want. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to first create these 2 vendor account groups. So I'll go with the configuration. Let's go back and create 2 account groups. Okay, there is no change in how you create the account groups in this one in SAP S/4HANA. Only changes you have to assign that to the business partner grouping. So let's say this is domestic. I hope there is nothing available with same code. No. So this is my domestic vendors. I will just save this first one. And second one, I will create it as foreign. Okay. Now I have to assign the number range. So I'll create a completely new number range. Let's see which numbers are available. Maybe we will create with number range 99, and numbers which I want to give is 99000001 to 9900000100. Okay, and I will assign this same number range to both. Okay, because anyways we just want to see how it works. One more important thing, since these numbers are dependent on BP, I have to tick on the external button here. Okay, so just click on save. Let's go back and assign the same number range for domestic, which is DOM, to 99, and to foreign also 99. Okay, and same thing now I need to do for business partner groupings. Okay, so what I'll do for business partner groupings, I'll go to cross application components. In cross application components, I will go to SAP Business Partners. Okay, so SAP Business Partners. Within SAP Business Partners, I'll go to basic settings. In basic settings, I'll go to number range and groupings. And here I will create two new groupings, one for domestic, second for foreign. So this one is DOM, which is for domestic. And I have to assign the numbering. I will do that later on. First, I need to create that. So this is foreign. Okay, maybe we can copy the same thing here also. Okay, let's save this. Next is create the number ranges. And this should be exactly same number ranges, right? If you want to keep it same. So intervals, I hope 99 is not used. Actually, it is used. It will create a problem. That numbers are already used. So okay, let's do one thing. I'm closing this at here itself. No, it is also not allowing me to save. So which number ranges are available so that we can use? Instead of 999, let's take 77. Okay, so I'll create a new line here, which should be number range 77, which will start at 77,000,000,001 and 8 at 77,000,000,100. Okay, I hope this is not going to repeat. So no, even this one is also creating a problem. Just give me a minute. So insert line 77, enter. What is creating the overlap? Which number range is creating the overlap? There should not be any overlap, right? Because
Gaurav,
yes, Sadiq.
yeah, can you use 600 after 08 serial number number range after 08 600 to 699 or 500, sorry, 500 to 599?
Yes, we can also do that, but I'm just wondering why it is throwing the error because there is no numbering which has this sequence. Okay, let's do that, what you are suggesting. So intervals, new line, and 8. So let's use 9 number range, 500 to 600, right? Yeah, this is not overlapping. So let's see if it works good. It would be great. So I have to assign number range 9 to these two groupings that we created, right? So it is DOM, which will be assigned to 9, and FOR, which will be also assigned to 9. Let's save this. Okay, and I have to go again back to financial accounting, AP and AR. And here again, I have to create a number range, which would be I hope this is free. So let's click on new. I'm giving the same 09, 500 to 600. Okay, yes, this is fine. So 500 to 600, and very importantly, this has to be external. So just click on save, and we have to assign this 09 to both the account groups. So DOM would be 09 and FOR would be 09. Click on save. Okay, and now towards the last configuration, which is same number ranges. So I have to go for cross application components. Where is that? Yeah, cross application components, master data, just give me a minute. Master data synchronization, customer vendor integration. Here you have to go for assign keys and all. So here in this configuration, I have to create two more lines, right? Domestic and foreign. So new entry. So if my BP grouping is DOM, it would be account to vendor group also DOM, and I want same numbers. Similarly, if my business partner grouping is foreign, I want to assign to vendor account group also foreign with the same numbers. And if you try to save now, see, now we are not getting that error because these two number ranges which are assigned to vendor account group and BP group are exactly same. Okay, so now there are same numbers. And next time when you try to create a vendor, okay, let's click on organization to create a new vendor. I will select the grouping as DOM, domestic. Okay, I have to specify this details, mandatory details. Yeah, sorry, very importantly, first you select role.
Yes, role.
Yes, role is very important. So let's select the role. You will get this message. Just click on create. So company, this would be name. Okay, whether these fields are mandatory or optional, that still depends upon the vendor account group. Because as soon as you select this grouping, system determines the vendor account group. If you go to vendor general data, see, system has determined the vendor account group. And whether it is allowed to change here or not, that again depends upon the configuration. So here you can specify flexible grouping, which means if you tick this, when you create a BP at that time, whether this is flexible or not depends upon this configuration. So if you are saying this grouping is flexible, system has determined DOM, but you can change it. Okay, so if it is not flexible, you cannot change it. Okay, so this field control, in short, whatever fields are mandatory, whatever fields are optional, these are coming from this account group, vendor account group. Okay, let's go to company code data. In the company code data, you will specify your company code, which is SF01, specify the reconciliation account, and if you try to save it, there is some error. What is that? Supplier specific data were not saved due to error. Let's click on help and see what is missing. So vendor number is not within the interval. Okay, I think let's do one thing. Let me log off and log in, because normally when we change the number ranges, it is always better to log off and log in. It will not take place immediately. Okay, so go to BP, click on organization. Here we will select DOM, the BP grouping that we just now created. Role would be FLVN00 for vendor. Click on create. Company, this would be the details, and then mandatory fields. Company code data. reconciliation account, and let's try to save it. Okay, so you can see vendor number 501 and business number 501. This is exactly.
Hello. Yeah, I think company code will be S001.
No,
Our
don't
new. Yeah.
get confused. This is the financial statement.
Okay. Yeah. That's right.
Yes, S001 we created yesterday for our controlling sessions, right? Okay, so now you understood how this can be the same number range, right? Now let's talk about, so you understood how the business partners are created in SAP S/4HANA. If you don't configure this configuration, which I told you, two configurations to remember. One is the BP groupings and number range, and second is master data synchronization. So both are available in cross application components. Within cross application components, you will go to SAP Business Partner. Within this SAP Business Partner, for first one, you will configure the business partner groupings. Those are available in this business partner, basic settings, and number ranges and groupings. Okay, so this is where you create the groupings, and this is where you assign the groupings to the number ranges. Second is in the master data synchronization. In master data synchronization, customer vendor integration, business partner settings, settings for vendor integration, field assignment, assign keys, and define number and assignment from direction BP to vendor. This is where you assign the BP grouping to vendor account group, and you specify whether the number would be same and whether the account group is flexible or not. Okay, this flexibility indicator was just included. This was not available earlier in 1709 also. This is only included in 1809, I think, or maybe 1709 it was included. It was not available in 1610. Okay, so this is how this business partner concept has been redesigned in SAP S/4HANA. Let's talk about the tables now. What about the tables? So tables are still the same. So which were the three tables which were getting updated when you were creating the vendors? If I go to SE16N, for general data, it was LFA1. Okay, so supplier master general data, which is same. So specify the vendor number. Our vendor number is 501, and if you click on online, sorry, 501, not 510, 501. Okay, so this is a general data table for vendor. Just remember, there is no change in the master data tables. Can you tell me which are the two types of tables which are removed in SAP S/4HANA? There are only two types of tables which are removed. Master data tables are not removed at all. There are two tables which are removed.
Index tables, aggregated.
Yes, index and aggregate tables. These are the only two tables which are removed in S/4HANA. So please don't assume that SAP S/4HANA removed all the tables and only AC doc is available. This is a big confusion in the market. Only totals and index tables are removed. All other tables are available as it is. Okay, so LFA1, LFB1, which is related to your company code data, that is also still available. Okay, you can see company code data. You specify your customer number and it will show you the data. Sorry, you specify your vendor number or company code number. So SF01 is our company online, and it is showing you there are two vendors which are created in this company code. Okay, so we created 131 and we created 501. And third one is LFM1, right, which is related to purchase organization data. Okay, and here if you specify 501, it will not show, right, because we have still not extended this vendor for purchasing org. We just created this vendor at the general data and company code data. Now if you want to extend this same vendor for purchasing organization data, what I have to do is I have to go for transaction BP. Okay, maybe I have to open it. Again, I'll go to transaction BP. I'll open the same vendor, which is okay. If it is already open, good. If it is not opened, you have to specify the customer or vendor number here. Okay, so currently you can see this is the find selection, like what you want to find. So I want to find the business partner based on what? If you know the vendor number, specify the supplier number. If you know the customer number, specify the customer number. Okay, so you know the supplier number, which is 501. Okay, just press start and it will show you here, and when you double click on it, it will come here. Okay, and now you can see this vendor is only created for financial accounting. It is not created for purchasing of FLVN01 role is still not created. And if you want to create that role, first of all, you have to go for the change mode. Currently, you are in the display mode. It is just showing whatever is created. If you want to change something, you have to click on switch between display and change. Okay, and here you have to specify which role you want to extend. So I want to create this vendor also in my purchasing of. So I'll specify FLVN01. You will go to purchasing data, and here you will specify the purchasing org. So we don't have any purchasing org created. Okay, maybe I can show you the purchasing org which was created for other scenario. In my simple logistics session, I'm taking about this SL01. So order currency, let's say INR, and click on save. So now this 501 vendor is also available for this purchasing org. So if you go to the table and now click on online, it will show you that this vendor is available for SL01 purchasing org. Okay. So tables, in short, LFA1, LFB1, LFM1 are still available. What about the business partner tables? So earlier we were not creating the business partners, but we are now creating the business partners, and definitely there are tables related to business partners also. Okay, so most important table is business partner general data, which is BUT 000. BUT 000 is a business partner general data table. Again, if you provide the business partner number, it will show you the business partner related data which is created. Okay, apart from this, there is, if you want to know, like in our case, we created this vendor 131, okay, which is business partner number 63. Now let's say you know the business partner number, but you don't know the vendor number. What you will do? Is there any link? Let me open this first, FLVN00, and click on company code data. Yes. So where is the link between this business partner and vendor? How can I know? If I know the business partner number, how can I know the vendor? Or if I know the vendor, how can I derive the business partner number? This can be done using combination of two tables. There is a table called as CVI, which is customer vendor integration underscore VEND, stands for vendor underscore link. Okay, so this is a link between vendor and business partner. Just press enter, and here you specify your vendor number. So your vendor number is 501. Click on online. It will give you this business partner GUID. It will not directly give you the business partner number. It will just give you the business partner GUID. Okay, you have to copy this business partner GUID, go back to BUT 000 table, which is a general data table, and here you have a business partner number and business partner GUID also. So BP GUID. If I paste it here, click on online, it will tell me the business partner number is 501. Same thing if I do this for business partner number 63. Sorry, what is this? Just skip. Yeah. So if I go for business partner number 63, online. And if I just take this business partner GUID, where is BPGUID? This one. So if you copy this, go to CVI underscore Wayne underscore link and provide this BP GUID, it will show you what is the vendor number 131. Okay. Third table, which you should know from the business partner perspective, is PUT 100, which will tell you which roles are assigned to which business partner. So this business partner is available as customer or as vendor or as employee. That information will come here in PUT 100 table. So if you provide your business partner number, let's say 63, so it will tell you in which business partner roles this vendor is created. So this is only created in company code segment, not in the purchasing org segment. Same thing if I try for vendor 501 or BP 501, it is showing me it is created in company code data as well as purchasing organization data. Okay. See, business partner, just remember one thing, business partner is a very big concept. Okay. And we are not understanding each and everything in the business partner. We are only worried about how the customers and vendors will be created as business partners. Okay. Because there are a lot of business partner roles where we are not going to, we are not worried about those business partner roles at all. Maximum business partner roles that we will be using is 2 for vendor FLVN00 and FLVN01, 2 for customer, which is FLCU00 and FLCU01, and one last one, which is for credit management, is UKM000. These are the only 3 business partner roles that we should be worried about. Forget about all the business partner roles because they belong to other modules in SAP. Okay, maybe CRM, maybe FSCM, maybe SRM, maybe HR. Okay, so just forget about all the others. And again, please don't try to create any new role, or please don't try to change anything in the standard role in SAP. We never need to create any new roles. Just remember this. Whenever you are working on the project, you are not required to create the new roles. Roles are already provided by SAP. We just need to make the use of same. Okay, any questions on business partner? No questions? Yes, Vijay.
One question. The business partner role is it specifically assigned means related to, for example, sales organization or purchase organization? Do we have specifically for them that if I have a company, I have, for example, have a customer has been created for 1000 company code, and now I have to assign this to, for example, for say sales organization 1000 or purchase organization 1000. In that case, can I create here, or because what we can see that you created simultaneously both customers and vendors in sales organization and company code. So, for example, when we say that we are going to for conversion or implementation or conversion, basically conversion. So if a customer has already been created and specifically for company code, and I have to create it for say sales organization or purchase organization, can we do it separately?
You need to say same business partner you want to create 2 times. One for company code, second for sales area. Ujay, can you give me the scenario? Let's put it in the notepad. What exactly you are saying? Can you give me one example?
Suppose I am doing a conversion project where my customer is already been created
Okay, let's say
in company code.
your customer is Reliance Industries. Okay. Now this customer is already created with number 101 in ECC. Okay, and let's say this is created for company code 1000 and sales area 1000. Yes. Now what is your question? Ujay?
Now, hello.
Yes, yes, Ujay. Yes, Ujay, we can hear you. I think he's disconnected. Okay, anyways, if your question is related to the conversion, don't worry. We have a conversion topic in detail. Okay, there I will tell you how are you going to convert your existing customers and vendors to BP. So as of now, just remember how to create the new customers in the new system, not in the existing system. In the new system, how are you going to create the customers and vendors? Okay, any question on this?
Gaurav, that
Yes, ma'am.
business partner GUID is there, right? So is it different or same for both? Uh,
It is same. That is the reason there is a link between BOT 000 and CVI.
okay.
Yes, it
Means how it is picking that? Means
just copy.
okay.
So you are saying this BOT 000 501. So this is business partner GUID.
Okay.
Okay, and this is common. So if I copy this and go to transaction, go to table CVI underscore vend underscore link or CVI underscore cust underscore link, I'll be able to find the customer or vendor.
Okay.
Okay, so if this is done, as I told you, don't worry about the conversion. Conversion we are going to see completely in towards the last sessions. Okay, now let's talk about how to create the banks. Okay, so we will just start this topic. We will not be able to complete this topic, and this topic, anyways, we need to talk about when we'll be talking about the cash management in SAP S/4HANA. Okay, so in cash management S/4HANA, this topic will be discussed in detail. As of now, I'm just giving you the overview. Okay, so the bank master, let's say in SAP ECC, whenever we wanted to create a bank, okay, so let's say I want to create a bank as ICICI, okay, and I have the account in, let's say, Powai branch, okay, and then I have maybe two different accounts. So account number 1000001 and account number 2000002 or 1, okay, whatever it is. Okay, so now if I have this setup, how should I go in SAP ECC? What I normally do, the first thing is I create the house banks, and then the second is I create the account IDs. And even before that, I have to create a bank key, right? Bank key would be ICICI. So ICICI would be my bank key. ICICI Powai branch would be my house bank, and account number this one would be my account ID. If I want to create all these things, let's go one by one. So the first thing is, if I want to create a bank, it is same. I will go to transaction FI01, and here it will ask me the bank country and bank key. So I'll say bank country is IN, and banking, gateway is outlook. Yeah. Okay, so this is my ICICI bank. Even you can provide the SIM code which means your branch. Okay, so your branch also can be provided with the banking SIM instead of creating it as a house bank. Vijay, can you mute yourself? There is some background noise. Okay, I muted Vijay. If you have any question, please write on the chat screen. Okay, so in order to create this, let me put this 00456 something IFSC code, okay, and click on save. So bank key is created as it is. There is no change in the bank key. But can you tell me which is the transaction code to create a house bank in SAP ECC? Which transaction code we were using to create the house bank?
FI12.
FI12, right? So if I go to FI12 now, you will get this. Oh, just give me a minute. Company code, house bank, and bank account. Just give me a minute. This is something new. They've updated the new patch in this system, so this is something new for me. Let me just see our company code SF01. House bank and bank accounts. Okay, so they brought back the same functionality. Okay, let me show you how it was happening in 1610 and 1709, even the first version of 1809. Now they came back again because maybe customers asked them to provide the same functionality which was available in ECC. So let me show you in 1610. Let's see in 1709. Okay, so this is 1709 system. If I go for FI12, see you will get this error because in 1610, even in 1511 and 1709 and the first part of 1809, you will get this error that you cannot maintain the bank accounts anymore using this FI12 transaction. So you have to create the house banks using transaction FI12 underscore H bank. Okay, so this was a new transaction which was introduced in SAP S4HANA. Here you have to specify the company code. So same thing which you were doing in ECC. So which company code is available here? Let me try SF01. Yeah, its company code is available, but there is no bank maintained. So here you can create a house bank, but if you remember in ECC, apart from the house bank, we were able to create the account IDs. Those account IDs were not maintained. We are not allowed to be maintained using this screen anymore. It was only possible through SAP Fiori. So there is a new app in SAP Fiori called as Manage Bank Accounts. Only using that Fiori app, SAP was allowing us to create the bank accounts. But I think the customers were not happy with that because they were saying half of the thing is done in the traditional system, half of the thing is done in SAP Fiori. And that is the reason I think in 1809, this version that we are using, they came back with the old functionality again. Okay, so company code, house banks, and here itself you are able to create the bank accounts. Okay, let's try this. So if I want to create a house bank, let's say this is ICICI, bank country IN, and bank key again ICICI. Let's click on create. Oh, it's already there. And then let's try to save this and create the bank accounts now. Read access only. Okay, so this is again, it is, if you click on help, so you have attempted in, okay, to access data which cannot be changed, this can be displayed. So in short, they just made the view access available here, which means once your house bank accounts are created using SAP Fiori, you can see it here, but you cannot create here in this system. Okay, so as I told you, I'm just giving you the overview as of now. When we talk about the new cache management, I will show you some of the Fiori apps using which you will be able to create the account IDs. Okay, so it is, although FI12 is working, but it is still not working in the same way as it was working in ECC. It is only allowing you to view the bank accounts. House banks can be created, but bank accounts need to be created using SAP Fiori only. Let's see whether FI12 underscore HBank is showing something here or not. Yeah, it is also available. Housebank is also available. So they made some change here. Only view access is available even in FI12 also. So in 1511, 1610, 1709, your transaction FI12 will also not work. But in 1809, they again came up with FI12, but only having the read access, not the write access or to create the bank accounts. Okay, so this topic we will see again in detail. As of now, I just wanted to give the overview, but apart from these two things, you will not find any difference in accounts payables and accounts receivables in S4HANA. Whatever changes are there are in the new GL accounting, they are in asset accounting, and they are in the other part of controlling like COPA and migration topics that we are going to discuss.